The only question on everybody's lips is, did I remove the splash screen? Yes, I did. Well done, Rob Wilson. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to vidIQ, the YouTube tool, the YouTube channel, the YouTube Learning Academy that educates you on your YouTube journey. We are creator obsessed, and our job every single Tuesday is to open our doors and welcome you into our lecture hall, our classroom, our discussion group, and share with you our wisdom, our knowledge, our general conversations on the musings of YouTube, and hopefully help you grow your channels in the process. And as always, I could not do this without my trusty wingmen who are going to help me with channel audits this week. Introducing on his return, I believe. Were you off last week, Dan? I'm trying to remember now. I'm having a mind blank. Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Yeah, no, I was definitely here, 100% here, and yeah, that's the story I'm sticking with.
You weren't here, were you? No, I don't think you. You were busy making a video, yeah, because we were struggling along with gaming channels by ourselves. I seem to remember.
Don't worry,
God, you're back. Thank you. God, you're back.
I'll have the same level of presence I did last week next week.
All right then. Introducing second or third, if you count me introducing myself. He is the fellow, 200 appearance vidIQ live streamer, wealth of knowledge. Don't get too close to him because he may put you in a submission move. Looking at his t-shirt today, it is Travis.
Hey-o. Hello.
What is your favorite submission move? Just out of interest.
Baseball choke.
A what?
Baseball arm choke. One of I used to get people in all the time. Side note: Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson is the one who taught me how to do that. Former UFC flyweight champion.
All right, I am now suddenly very scared of the capabilities of Travis, and when I meet him next time, I'm going to be in full guard mode.
I'll show you how to do a rear naked choke drill.
I was more thinking like professional wrestling, like Boston Crab, sharpshooter.
You know what? I did legitimately tap someone in a grappling when I was grappling in an Indian deathlock. Do you remember those?
I can't remember that.
That's old school. That's like early 80s, late 70s, 60s that submission was, but it's an actual submission that really hurts. I'll show you next time I see you, Rob.
Someone Google Indian deathlock, and we're not held responsible for whatever images come up for that. And introducing last, another fellow wrestling fan, so we'll get his favorite submission move as well. It is Viper. How you doing, Viper?
Ooh, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been here, but I'm back. What's up, people? What's going on? How y'all doing?
We're all doing well. We're all doing well. If you were going to make me tap out now, what submission move would you put me in?
I don't know about tapping out, but any of y'all know the actual story of why I'm Viper. And you know what move I'm going to allude to here. We got to talk about the RKO, baby. The knockout punch. One RKO out of nowhere. It's over with.
Oh, you're just going to viciously punt people in the face when he's...
I can do that too, absolutely. I got options.
Nobody has any idea what we're talking about right now, except for the 6 wrestling people who are following us on this live stream. So let's get this back into the general domain, and we'll say some hellos here. I'll just put some people on screen. Oh, Dan, well done, sir. You've starred so many people. So I'm going to go for a couple. I'm going to say hello to Very Musician 193. I'm also saying hello to the Occupy Clan and That Christian Gamer. Hello to all of you. And then we'll pass it on to... Go on, Vipes. You're going to say hello to the following people.
All right, we got Mr. Firewolf Gaming. Hello, how are you? Well, we got Saving with Slim. What's going on? How are you? We got who got here? Alexandre Picard. Hello. And last but not least, we got KY Blue Neck Scratching. That's an interesting name. Good hello to you.
All right then, Dan. So I guess you've got control as well. So if you want to do your own personal hellos.
Yeah, Eli Franklin. Hello to you. Hello to Milan Blockies, something like that. Jonk. Hello to you. We have Katie and Archie. We have I don't know why I did this to myself. Something the Great. Welcome. Coco Main TV and Start Gaming. Hello to all of you.
All right then, and Travis, last but not least, say hello to the following. And we're going to do like a super quick fire round with you, right? Because we've got so many left. All right, you ready? You got 10 at least.
Okay.
Go.
Electric Battery, JJ, here we go. JD Coddle, TGK Animation. We got Alexandre, but we already done that one. I like cruise ships. I don't know about that. Mark, 1, 2, 3. We got Alex Katz, the Zelda Corner, and of course, Manticross and T Jolly.
All right, well done, well done. All right, so you're all here now. You all kind of have an idea of who we are. We all have a kind of idea of who's watching us. But do you know how this live stream actually works? If you're new to it, I'm going to explain it right now in 60 seconds. If you are a regular here, do say hello to all of us newbies. Let's see what we're doing for the next 2 hours. Welcome to the vidIQ channel audit livestream, where we review your YouTube channels. There are 2 links in the description, one for gaming channels, one for non-gaming channels. Make sure you submit every week as we clear the form after every livestream. Channel audits are 100% free, so please don't send us any super chats expecting to receive an audit. And don't waste your time asking for one in the chat. If there are any alternative ways to get picked for an audit, such as memes, we will let you know during the livestream. If we can't audit your channel today, vidIQ has a channel audit tool working 24/7 for you. If you haven't already installed vidIQ, download it now for free. A link is in the description, and make sure to take advantage of our free 30-day trial. If you submit your channel for audit, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, our experience, and our passion as fellow YouTube creators. It's up to you whether or not you take our advice. There are tons of links to lots of useful resources in the video description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share this live stream with another fellow creator who may find it useful. And finally, moderators, thank you for everything that you do every single week. All right, let's do this. Final bits of housekeeping before we jump into the channel audits. We are supporting Team C's once again this week. They are still on their quest to raise $30 million in order to remove £30 million of trash. I believe they have a little over 2 weeks to get to their goal, so it may be tight. Please do support them if you can. All super chats go to that fundraiser. Thank you very much in advance. We get at least 400, 500 channel submissions every single week. Unfortunately, we can't audit every single channel. We wish we could. So what I recommend you do is bring up your channel on a separate screen if you can do while watching this live stream, so that you can think about the strategies and fundamentals we are talking about for any channel and how they may be relevant to your channel. And finally, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but the 1 million subscriber play button, which we unboxed last week, now has a wonderful place here. Ain't that good? I'm calling that modern art style placing of a gold play button, because IKEA did not factor in the size of such a behemoth. And command strips do not work on the play button either, so I can't stick it up facing forward. So I'm going to have to try and figure out how to do that going forward. But do any of you really care about that? Probably not. You just want your channels audited. So let's kick it off with the first channel that submitted this week on the form, which is in the video description, and it is Josh Corzan. And I would like to start today with Travis and your first impressions on what we see here.
All right, Josh, looks like a former military man. Thank you for your service. Turned, I don't know. I mean, a lot of times when I see, military creators, they're taking or talking to other people who are in the military or leaving the military, and then giving them kind of how to like become a part of society again, if you want to say it like that. Yeah. Having said that, in this particular instance, it doesn't seem to be necessarily relevant to anything. So I wonder if A, they should just not even bother to mention that, or B, maybe integrate it more into their content, because obviously if you have experience there, you can be speaking to people who've also had that experience. Having said that, looks like a little bit of dieting and health, but see, when you see like personal growth, I don't know what that, okay, why I left my job, study for them. So there's studying, there's this is just how to become a better person, but it's a little bit kind of all over the place, because biochemistry, what I'm learning, new series, intro, exercises, writing a poem. It's a little bit all over the place. So, while you're starting out, I would find one kind of specific topic you can dive deep into and just nail it. And it looks like right now you're doing the dieting things, which is great. Holiday diet. You're definitely going to get some views in January when everyone feels bad about what they've done for the last 2 months. So be prepared for that.
Yeah, it feels as if this creator may at least need to begin with pick a somewhat of a lane, because how many people are interested in holiday dieting versus wanting to perhaps join or apply to a medical school? There's quite a big leap there between potential audiences, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, so there's people who will gain value from all of these videos for sure. It's not like you made videos no one's going to watch. Absolutely, there are. But the question is it bingeable content? In other words, is the person who comes for the write a poem video going to watch the dieting videos or the better sleep videos? Probably not. What you want is bingeable content. One of the things that I've recently started to talk about, one of the channels that's doing it really well, they have like bingeable content because of the way they have their content strategy, is the Company Man. And the Company Man does YouTube videos about different companies, brands, and everything, mostly in the US. And what you'll find is these are like really cool and really well done, almost documentaries. But what's cool is once you click on one, inevitably you'll find the opposite. So like Nintendo, if you click on Nintendo, you'll probably find like a Genesis one. Pepsi, there's a Coke. Target, there's a Walmart. Like he's done every opposite one, so that when you're done watching that video, you're thinking, oh, he did White Castle. I wonder if he did Five Guys. Well, yes, he did. So now you're binging because naturally your curiosity is, did he do this for the next thing? You have to kind of look at your own content and think, after someone watches this, what's the next logical content they would want to watch?
Other thoughts from the rest of the team here?
Something to think about maybe for the future. Once you kind of have that part nailed down, I still think it needs to be something that is a little more consistent, like dieting versus getting into medical school. I'd figure that out first, but something to think about in the future is, can you bring your unique perspective to it? So maybe coming from somebody who has a military background, what did being in the military teach you about the thing you're going to talk about today? I have to be vague because I don't exactly know your full background, obviously, but just something to think about, like that thing that connects all of your videos because you have this unique perspective.
Yeah, just looking at the description, it feels like there's a huge story that's potentially packed into everything this creator does. But ultimately, when we look at some of the thumbnails and whatnot, it's just this diet, best diet for a long-term weight loss, without knowing the background of this person that we can get from the channel a little bit in the channel banner. This to me just looks like any other weight loss video potentially. So I don't know if it's, as you say, maybe the creator is not doing themselves enough justice in the pitch, in the title and the thumbnail.
Yeah. And that would have been a good example of, what being in the military taught me about my diet or something like that. So it's like I have this unique perspective on dieting because of my background.
Yeah, I guess, like, how could you turn this into a bit more of an angle, like the best diet for long-term weight loss from this is a bit too descriptive, but how do you, as you say, Dan, how do you implement that, I guess, extreme hardcore military style dieting, which perhaps may give it a bit more of an edge, perhaps, than just guy sat in seat saying best diet? I feel as if Josh has more to sell than just that.
Exactly. Or medical professional. I mean, they got accepted into medical school, so that's another angle.
So Viper, the last time we were on together on the live stream, we introduced what was known as the text in thumbnail Richter scale, whereby the more text there is in a thumbnail, the more things will just go absolutely crazy and we'll be able to contain ourselves. Where are you on the Richter scale here, or on the Viper scale for these thumbnails?
I mean, for the most part, he's not using too much tech, so I think he's doing all right.
So you're not triggered. You just calm, relaxed.
No, but he's doing that thing that I've cautioned people about doing before with thumbnails, is duplicating the text in the title and thumbnail. I mean, sometimes it might be necessary, but I would advise against it because you're wasting space, and you can probably figure out better ways to use that space or figure out better text to do than just duplicating the text that's already in the title. So that's all I have to say about that.
Still room for improvement with maybe a 3 or a 4 there on the Vipe scale. All right, that is Josh Corzan with 58 subscribers, still new to YouTube. So continue on with your journey. We wish you the best of luck, and that's generally how we audit channels on this live stream. And the next one we're going to look at is a gaming channel. We try and divide gaming channels and non-gaming channels into two separate buckets because we have so many of this one particular category. So simulator adventures with a Christmas hat on a car. That makes me smile. 824 subscribers. We kind of get very basically the value proposition here. This person's going to be playing simulation games, and I'm just going to sort by newest because I think that's most popular when I was looking at it a little earlier on. So Dan, of course, we'll always ask for your first impressions on a gaming channel. What are we seeing here?
I was very excited about the numbers we were seeing.
Sorry, it was, I was looking at it before we went live.
Well, it seems like
to switch the priority of sort by.
Yeah, about a year ago though, they were doing something different that they're not doing now. Maybe it was the fact that they were covering VR games and now they're not. I don't know. I would be looking at those videos trying to see what it is, because seeing so many different types of simulation games together like that with all those views is very promising. They've decided I'm going to play a type of game and it's going to be this type of game. It's going to be simulation games. I guess some other commonalities we're seeing other than the ski lift one is all of these simulation games revolve around vehicles. So we're driving cars, trains, different things like that. I was going to say planes. There's planes. So I'm sure boats come up at some point.
All right.
So I just like the crossover there with the audiences. I think they've done their research.
I'm going to step in here because, Rob, I need you to turn your microphone up.
My microphone's not loud enough, is it?
It's a little low.
Okay, I will fix that.
So when we look at the titles, when we look at the thumbnails, just going to focus on the videos in front of me right now. I think what's bringing these down a little bit is, what about city car driving in VR? Like, what is the draw to that content? Because by now, driving in VR, like when VR was like this new concept and nobody really had access to a headset, that's really interesting. I want to see what that looks like. That can only take you so far. The next thing this channel, I think, needs to focus on is what's going to make that video worth watching. So, and it's been cut down. It's 11 minutes long. It's not a long video, but did you take the car off of any crazy jumps? Did you try and modify it in any way? Like, what's the unique thing about this video? And the channel that's coming to mind, and a channel that this creator should really look at if they haven't already, is called Let's Game It Out. They play a lot of simulator games. Their whole thing is breaking whatever game they get their hands on. They destroy the frame rate. They do everything they can to play the game as wrong as possible. And I'm not saying that's what you need to do. I'm saying look at their titles, look at their thumbnails, and that's where this advice is coming from. That every time you see their videos pop up, it's like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. It looks like they took the game and they did something really, really interesting with it.
A question about the simulators. This is not all just VR experience games, is it? I'm assuming that this is one VR experience of a game, whereas on others, they're not in VR.
Mm-hmm.
So there's quite a split in gaming format or style there.
True. I mean, I bet you if they went into their YouTube studio and they went into their analytics and made two groups, one with VR and one with not, they would get some really interesting data back from that. Like, oh, it looks like my VR games do this. I really do think more people should be using groups, because when you see, especially gaming channels like this that play so many different games, you could have a group for every single game you play. You could have a group for VR versus not VR. You could make a group for driving games versus flying games. Like, you can really separate these things and dive into the data. And
then, even though this channel does say that it is a simulator style channel, when I look at a game like Forza, which I've seen pop up a couple of times, and TT Isle of Man, those look more like racing games. I know Sleeping Dogs definitely isn't. That's more like a real world open sandbox game.
Like a GTA game, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel as if they're trying to crowbar in different games into the essence of simulation, but I don't think it's strong enough. I'm not getting enough of a vibe there.
I agree. It's
Total War. That's definitely not simulation. Well, it's kind of historical simulation, but it's not simulation in the sense that Farm Simulator is, or Microsoft Flight Simulator, you know, the true
Yeah.
simulator games.
Yeah, they definitely need to keep their audience in mind when they make stuff like that. One thing you could do is a second channel when you just want to play one of these other games that don't really fit in the bill. You could do it on a separate channel. A lot of people start Twitch channels for that reason, and that way you're still making content. You know, if you really want to make content around that, but it's not interrupting the flow of your regularly scheduled videos on this channel.
First impressions of a Titanic sinking. No, what was it? A ship sinking simulator. Interesting. All right, so that is Simulator Adventures. Viper, how am I sounding on a mic now? Is that better?
Perfect.
Okay, thank you very much for informing me. So that is Simulator Adventures. And yeah, we're going to be auditing a lot more channels. But just before we do that, I just want to let you know that we aren't just an auditing group of people. We do have a wonderful suite of vidIQ tools, but I just want to show you one of the most basic tools. It's one of my favorites and is absolutely free. When you install the vidIQ extension, no matter where you are on YouTube, you will get this constant reminder of your channel performance, and you can really tailor this to what you want it to display, be it views per hour, views over the last 48 hours, views over the last 7 days, shorts views. There are tons of options here, and it's just gives you a quick heartbeat of your channel wherever you are on YouTube, and that is completely free if you download vidIQ. But if you do want to take advantage of many of our paid tools, which I will quickly show you down the left-hand side here, you get all of these tools such as Daily Ideas, Keyword Inspector, Trend Alerts, etc., etc. We have tons of tools, and I see that more than 3/4 of you do not pay for vidIQ right now. You just use a free version, which is actually absolutely fine. But if you wanted to take advantage of our full set of tools for 30 days, absolutely free. If you are a brand new customer, then you can include this coupon code audits when you're on the purchase page, and you will get 30 days full access to the whole of vidIQ and our vidIQ Academy as well, where we go really deep into some learnings. We have a 30-day start your YouTube channel video guide. It's about 2 or 3 hours long, and that may be perfect for you at the start of 2022. And also, by the way, if you subscribe right now, then this might appear on screen. Look at that. You can get your name mentioned if you haven't subscribed in the past. So do make sure to take advantage of that. I will leave that in the bottom corner if you need to be reminded of the coupon. And as well, it's in the video description. But with all of that being said, let's move on to the next channel that we are going to audit. And this is going to be I'm going to call this CubeRazn or CubeRazn.
CubeRazn.
CubeRazn. Let's go with that. I think, Travis, this was the one you picked. Tell us why.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while we get to do a cubing video, right? And look at what they did. Perfectly timed Squid Games to cubing, which I don't understand how the two connect to each other, but did it in a way that just destroyed views. Look at that. Such really good views when they did that. 200 some odd thousand views on the Squid Games one, which is fantastic. The timing was right. It was around when it was still, popular. Some people are trying to do Squid Games kind of too late almost now.
What?
Running out of Cube.
Okay, well, needs must.
Did it work?
Must.
Well, how many views they got? 42,000.
Okay.
Listen, this channel's doing good stuff. Look at that. How you can learn a new Rubik's Cube algorithm, 95,000. This channel is killing it. Killing it. This is the most successful cubing channel I think we've seen so far. Easily.
Yeah, certainly so. I mean, the views versus the subscriber count is absolutely phenomenal. Viper, I'm not going to label you as our thumbnail man, but again, let's just go back to this very quickly, because I think this is a really good example of when text is used or isn't used at all, and the differences in a thumbnail. Like, instead of using text, what they're doing is a vibrancy of a Rubik's Cube itself to really make, give a thumbnail some punch.
Yeah, and they're also including like different pictures relating to what they're talking about. Like they got the front man, that's what we call him in Squid Game. They got the picture of him up there. Like you said, they're using text in a way that it complements the title. So yeah, they're doing a good job with the thumbnails, in my opinion.
Okay, cool. Let's go back to you, Travis. And other than what you picked up, that the channel is just crushing it. Anything else that you sort of noticed here as we were looking at the channel?
When you have a channel that's performing this well, it's like you're like, well, what more can you do? You're performing at a level that is very difficult for channels 3 or 4 times your size. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Obviously look at the type of content that's most engaging and are getting you the most subscribers, most views, and try to figure out what that topic is and why people came. But basically it looks like you know what you're doing. And how long have you been doing this? Let's see.
I will go to the oldest videos and we can get an answer.
So only about a year or so.
2 years
Over
old.
a year, yeah. So definitely started. Look at it. Even the second video, 90,000. I don't know when they got that, but that could have been the video that started to kind of take them off. It looks like they've pretty much always had success in one way or another, and just have. So this, okay. So here's something I noticed earlier. They had something about algorithms, which I didn't know there was an algorithm on like Rubik's Cube type things. But the first one they did for the algorithm has 284,000 views. They had another one that was really big. So something about this word algorithms, and the PLL one, of course, that's a really early one, but I've noticed that a couple times. So maybe some more videos about that with that in the title. Apparently that's something people love and they're clicking. So really, really good stuff.
I just want to mention here the kind of the evolution of the messaging of the videos as well. They started off super simple, like Rubik's Cube on a desk, already solved, how to solve it. That's very basic, very functional, but it does the job, right? You're starting off from a simple point. But then when you come to their newest ones, notice how the thumbnails haven't really changed that much in terms of complexity. They've maybe added 1 or 2 elements like the front man or like this Wi-Fi speed. But now the titles are changing a little bit, so they're creating intrigue. Like especially running out of lube on your Rubik's Cube.
Yep.
That adds a lot of intrigue. So there's intelligence going on there. We're creating curiosity rather than just functional explanation, and I think that's a really interesting way of how this channel's developing their, I guess, their storytelling, their marketing in the title.
I need to highlight something real quick with this.
Yeah,
the way they're doing their thumbnails is pretty amazing. Like the Rubik's Cube is front and center in every thumbnail. But there are just subtle differences in every thumbnail that they don't look the same, even though you got the same Rubik's Cube in practically every thumbnail, but they tweak it just enough to make it look different every time. And it's kind of brilliant. Brilliant stuff going on here.
It's a brilliant point you raised that, Viper, because I'm sort of doing some videos right now which talk about trying to tell the viewer as quickly as possible whether they're in the right place. So when you visit this channel, within 3 seconds, you know it's about cubing, but then within about 5 to 10 seconds, you're looking at the thumbnail saying, Squid Game, how does that connect with Rubik's Cube? Or, Durex Lube, how does that relate? Or, Wi-Fi, how does Wi-Fi connect to Rubik's Cube? You know you're in the right place, and then there's instant intrigue, and I find those 2 combinations really, really powerful.
Yep.
Dan, any final thoughts on what looks to be like the perfect channel where we've not given them almost any advice? We've just said how good they are.
I'm in the community tab. I mean, I'm very impressed by what they're doing. I would say that the community tab's not being used as effectively as it could be, just as you were scrolling. A couple things.
Status updates, yeah.
Yeah, like saying when you got new followers somewhere is pretty cool. And people are interacting with that, and that's awesome. But I think you could be doing more images of cubes. I think this is a very vibrant hobby, and you could be using more of these images in your community tab. Make them relate to your audience a little bit more. I don't care as much about the followers you got on another platform as much as I do about just maybe some tips you can give me about cubing or something cool. Maybe you picked up a new crazy looking cube. I mean, give people a little more. Treat the community tab with, I guess, just that little bit more. Give it a little more energy. Each post is its own piece of content.
Hey Rob, what did it say in the community? I thought I just caught something. Keep going. My life, keep going. Oh, okay, TikTok. Okay, and then he says that I have more followers somewhere or more views on something, and I just caught it at the tail end. TikTok. My second channel is getting more views than this.
Right. So yeah, this is what I wanted to mention. Actually, fantastic point. So I noticed a little further down here, we see some shorter videos. Now these are not shorts, or I don't think they are. That's certainly not a YouTube short. It's still a landscape video. And I'm thinking Rubik's Cubes, Rubik solving, that is perfect content for visually satisfying solutions in a short amount of time. They do have a shorts channel, which I think is this one. Let me just check. I'm pretty sure this is their shorts channel, which, yeah, so they do have a shorts channel. And so the question people are asking, should I do my shorts on the main channel or on a separate channel? This person certainly decided to separate their shorts onto this channel. I don't know if this is the one that's getting more views. Maybe they've got one or two that have just gone super viral. Yeah, they've got one that's 500,000 there with,
and that's only in 12 days
ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
for this creator, the decision they've made is to separate their long form and short form content.
Yeah, YouTube is promoting shorts left, right, and center. I think they understand like how important short form content is.
Well, I wonder if Daily Puzzles is theirs as
It
well.
says plus my other channels. Is this another channel for it? I mean, it's the same type of thumbnail style, but I mean, who knows? Is it the same person?
Could be.
I mean, if this is the same person, then they are dominating in the puzzle space.
Yeah. So the advice to you, CubeRazn, is just allow people to visit your channel and use your strategies, your channel, your thumbnails as templates to help grow their channels, because you've absolutely nailed it. Well done. Round of applause there for your channel. Congratulations. Let's move on. We had the usual Twitter competition this week, and we asked you, what was your worst gift of all time, since we are approaching Christmas. A fun fact, by the way, I think it's episode 50 of Channel Audit live streams this year. I don't think we've missed a live stream at all this year. Thanks to all of our crew here, Dan filling in when I'm not available, and me filling in when Dan's not here. So I think we've gone all the way through this year without missing an episode. And so this submission that won was Lou Gaming Z, who said he got a pair of Christmas socks inside a box of cereal. I don't understand how that works as a present, but you're actually pretty hungry. So instead of eating the socks, you decided to eat the wrapping on the box.
I'd be mad.
So yeah, lots of weird stuff going on there for Lou, but it was a good answer, and it means you are selected for our channel audit this week from the Twitter gang, and it is Lou Games YouTube. They're approaching 500 subscribers, and as I see Xbox Game Pass and achievements unlocked, I look down on my. Oh no, where am I? I'm gonna look up on my screen. So, Dan, can you help us with this one? Can you help us with this one?
Yes.
Right.
So let's scroll down a little bit. So I already noticed something kind of interesting here. They're covering Minecraft Dungeons. That is something you can play on Xbox Game Pass, and they are playing through Season 1. Now, first of all, I'm kind of excited because I have not played Minecraft Dungeons in a while. Did not know they were doing different seasons in there. So now I need to go check that out for myself. I think you are in the right place in terms of right now, anyway, consistency. Except you've posted a lot of your videos all at once. I understand they're short, but you've posted like 4 times today.
Now, hang on, are these shorts? If they're shorts, and I haven't got too much of an issue with that, me personally.
That's square.
I think they're shorts. I think that would class as a short. Yeah.
So that is, I think shorts, when it comes to shorts, I mean, 2, 3 in one day I can get. Any more than that, I would just save them for the next day so you don't burn yourself out on content.
So these have been posted like all within an hour of each other. That's probably a bit too extreme, isn't it? You'd want to give 2 or 3 hours of separation time between each one.
Also, just a quick note. YouTube only sends notification time for 3 videos in a 24-hour period. So if you post more than 3 videos in a 24-hour period, the 4th video your people will not be notified that they went out. So
I'm not sure how that applies to shorts, though, Viper.
Right.
You're right. Certainly, long form content. I don't know if it does it for shorts anymore.
Even if you're not getting notification for shorts, they can eventually get picked up. But I'm speaking purely from a burnout standpoint. Whether or not you're relying on the recommendation or the notification system. I think it would be nice if I had 4 videos to post, I would try and break those up over 2 to 4 days. Posting them all at once, you're kind of going through a lot of content there. The other thing I want to say, and I know they are covering a lot of different games here. I can touch on that in a second, but the other thing I wanted to say about it is that even without the thumbnail, because they're shorts, that's totally fine. It's really hard to see in these videos what's going on. I think you might, I feel like you're afraid to crop out the edges of your screen. So what you've done instead is made a widescreen video square by putting banners on it. And I think that's very distracting to the viewing experience. I think it's really still, you're looking on a very small screen. I mean, you got this rectangle here in the middle that you're trying to get full context on as the viewer. And I think you're going to skip right past this stuff. And that is going to kill you in shorts, because if people are skipping right past your videos, they're not going to keep getting pushed in shorts. Shorts can be kind of ruthless. So I think for shorts, a lot of these older ones, especially, a bit too long. I think they need to be cropped appropriately. If you want to use square shorts, that's fine, but crop in. Don't put banners in to make it square. It's really disruptive to the viewer's experience. And then titles. Minecraft Dungeons, bunch of icons, Season 1 Adventure Pass, you have no idea what you're doing in the video. They're all getting truncated. And on shorts, all we really have for context is the title. So put the thing the short is about first, and then if you need to put the rest in there, put it at the end of the title. But it's obvious it's Minecraft Dungeons. For any fans of that game, they're going to know what it is when you start. You don't even really need that. Just what is it about that video in Minecraft Dungeons? What am I looking at? Epic kills, cool loot you got. Focus on the thing that happened in that short, and then make those shorts shorter. I think that lately 24, 30 seconds, that's great.
Yeah.
If you, like, the shorter they are, the better. I'm currently testing out 15 seconds, and it's working fantastically. In fact, the video I put out, I think it went out today, was 30-something seconds, and the retention when I saw it was kind of low. For 30 seconds, I couldn't believe it. So shorter in shorts is better. That was just a lot of tips for shorts all at once. So
very much so.
Rewind this part, take notes.
I want to hone in on the title real quick, because you got a lot going on in the title thing. You're using a lot of emojis. I don't have any scientific data to back up what I'm about to tell you, but I would caution using a lot of emojis, especially if they're not common emojis, because you have to remember that Google analyzes every part of a video: title, thumbnail, video content, emojis. If Google doesn't understand the emoji that you're trying to use, not saying that it doesn't, but if you're not using an emoji that's common, it might not know what that is. And if it doesn't know what that is, it could probably negatively impact where your video goes or how much you get pushed out. So I would caution against using non-common emojis in your title.
It's a good question to raise that, Viper, because I have seen some channels using emojis and they seem to have been successful. So I don't know if there's any data to back this up about whether you should be using them or not. It feels like an intriguing way to add more visual clickability, like on homepages and stuff. But at the same time, does it potentially impact YouTube's ability to categorize it and send it to the right audience? So I think I agree. Let's test without these emojis, because right now the view counts don't seem to be necessarily reflecting momentum on your channel.
And it takes up more space in the title.
Yeah, it takes up more characters.
That real estate's very valuable. It gets cut off really early.
We went through a lot of stuff there, didn't we? Shall I blow everybody's mind with this?
Wait for it.
This delayed gratification.
Jeez,
Look at this. Whoa, what is this? What have I just done here?
Interesting.
This is the new Shorts desktop player.
Wow. Did not know about this.
I'm going to do a video on this soon. But basically what you do is you take the video ID and then add that to youtube.com/shorts.
Okay. So can you go back to the top?
Yeah. So we can go back to the original creators video.
Yeah, this is perfect. So this is what I wanted to mention with viewer experience. So look, this is how it's going to look on mobile, and look how tiny that is. We're blown up right now. I mean, I can make your screen full screen here, Rob. Like, this is as big as we can get in there, and look how, like, we can't see anything. All those icons have context behind them, and we don't know what they barely are. Like, we're not sure what we're looking at.
So yeah, there we are. I'm just looking at chats and somebody saying, "Oh my god, that looks hideous." Yeah. Welcome to YouTube in 2022. I think. All right, we'll move on. Stop playing the video because it's in my earphones, but no one else's. The next channel we're going to look at here is Lil Crafty Nook. And first of all, I just want to say that I've seen Lil Crafty Nook in the comments, I think, for years at this point. So it's fantastic that this channel has finally been picked out. I think, Viper, this was your pick.
Yep.
Tell us why and what Lil Crafty Nook can do to get those final 22 subscribers, which is hopefully part 1 or part 2 of monetization on their channel.
Yeah, so I picked the channel up because the same reason as you, Rob. I see her in the stream practically every time I'm here, so I know she's been very supportive of vidIQ. So I figured, you know what, let me pick her channel out and do a channel audit, and we'll see what we got. First thing is the text in your banner, though, kind of hard to read because you have like the purple on top of pink, and that's difficult. So, you might want to consider changing the color, or maybe even knocking down the amount of text you have in the banner. But yeah, that's hard to read right there.
I like the value proposition, encouraging that spark in you. I think that's nice.
Yep.
Nice little thing.
Yep, definitely. On to the actual video, though. Let's see what we got here. Got some cute thumbnails. Looks like they're seasonal right now, which is good because it is Christmas time. So I think that it seems like this channel is about creating artsy cards and different types of art, I guess, maybe. Let's see, Christmas cards in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is currently. Yeah,
it seems like creating
card creating, and themed to whatever time of year it is. So we had Halloween a couple of months ago. I'm guessing maybe we had some Thanksgiving ones that maybe creeped in there. I don't know. Do you send cards at Thanksgiving? Is that something that's done, or do you just eat turkey?
I'm sure some people do.
Okay.
Creating cards in 10 minutes. Creating cards in 10 minutes. Creating cards in 10. There's a lot of so you have 3 videos that talk about creating cards in 10 minutes. And I'm just trying to figure out what is the difference between those videos. From the titles, I can detect no difference. And the thumbnails don't help much either. So I need you to figure out how to differentiate those videos. Like, why would I watch all 3 of those instead of just watching one? Because I feel like if I watch one, then I should have the general gist of the other 2. Because I can't discern a difference.
So a bit too similarity in like in videos. Like, yeah, did I watch this one? I can't remember. Thumbnails.
Yeah, it's just like in 10 minutes, but you have it in 6 minutes, so that's even better. Actually, it makes your title like wrong. Like at that point, you should say in 6 minutes, and then it's like, oh wow, okay, I only have 5 minutes to watch a video, so let me real quick zip through. So yeah, I always talk about saving time or money, but I think that you also have to kind of think slightly deeper into that, and it's not just saying creating 6 cards in 10 minutes. It might be creating 6 Christmas cards in 10 minutes, or creating 6 beautiful cards in 10 minutes, or something that gives you a little bit more context. If you're just saying cards, it can mean anything.
Yeah, so I'm curious here because I think it feels like the keyword that they're using the most is creating cards. Not in every title, but in most titles. But then when you do a search for that, I don't think YouTube really completely understands what the creator is meaning by creating cards, because we're seeing trading cards, Pokemon cards. There are some cards here, but I'm wondering if there's a better way to pitch this title-wise to an audience. Yeah, it seems like there's too much of a mix here between trading and even playing cards as well.
Yeah, so definitely coming up with a way to tell us which cards you're talking about will probably help your the algorithm understand who to put your videos in front of, for sure.
I mean, is it more logical just like how to make Christmas cards? If they're doing it from a search, I assume that they're going to get most of their traffic from search.
That would be a logical conclusion, definitely. You have to remember that anything that we put in the back end, like tag, title, description, all that stuff, all that information helps the algorithm figure out who to put your videos in front of. So the more information that you can provide to the YouTube robots to figure out who to put your videos in front of, you want to do that.
Look at the thumbnails as well that this creator needs to compete against. It tends to be one card, very brightly lit, or 2 cards with a real punch in colors. We go back to the Heroes channel, just not quite getting there. There's a bit more chaos there. Sometimes the text is a little bit difficult to read. So again, it's going back to that aspect of every single person sees your thumbnail, and yet perhaps it's not getting the attention that it deserves, especially with something creative where you definitely have something to show off in the thumbnail. All right, any other further thoughts here from the gang?
Yeah, definitely. Just look at the things. You're doing the right thing by understanding that we're in the holiday season, so it's you're jumping on that early. Think about New Year's is coming up, and then New Year's resolutions, like how to create cards to keep yourself to your New Year's resolutions. I mean, just really think outside the box, and definitely come with very good thumbnails, because at the end of the day, this is one of those niches where every niche you need a pretty good thumbnail, but there's some niches where you need an excellent thumbnail. And things like
Yeah.
this, where it's crafting and art, like you have to have a great thumbnail. Otherwise,
Yep.
I mean, you're essentially looking at food is another one. So if you know you're looking up how to make a cake or something like that, and the cake doesn't look good, people aren't going to click it. Same thing here. If your product looks okay because maybe you didn't take a little bit extra time for the thumbnail, then of course they might not click. So make sure you're giving all of the effort you're putting into these videos the best chance to win.
I almost think because the thumbnails have been so similar for so long, usually I wouldn't recommend this, but I just think maybe for the next 5 to 10 videos, they perhaps test outsourcing this, get somebody on Fiverr to create some thumbnails. Because I think if you had a fresh pair of designing eyes on this, they'll do something that's very different, but hopefully an improvement on what there is. And then maybe if those prove to be more successful, you can take those templates and continue making those thumbnails yourself.
Yo, Evan Carmichael, what's up, man? Long time no talk.
Believe Evan
Believe.
is, I assume, in the house. All right, that is Lil Crafty Nook. Dan, you're going to tell us about Discord, please.
Yes,
if you will.
Discord is our well, it's not ours. We don't actually own Discord, but we have a Discord server, and you should totally join it. We have all kinds of creators in there at all stages of their YouTube journeys. What it is a place where people get together, hang out. They give advice on each other's thumbnails. People share in their success. They're posting about their analytics. What it isn't is a place to just dump video links. We generally just remove those. So it keeps it nice and clean and very, very valuable. When I was coming up on YouTube, I had no other creators to talk to, so it got very lonely very quickly. So this is a cool thing. It's absolutely free. vidIQ.com/Discord. You can check it out. And every week we'll pluck somebody from the Discord who's been super extra helpful, and we'll randomly audit their channel.
The channel we are auditing this week is ADJOAN. I hope I have pronounced your channel name somewhat correctly. You have 26 subscribers. You have about 20 videos. A credit of it still at the relative beginning of a YouTube journey. Here's a question I want to ask then. So we looked at the cubing channel and we were able to ascertain what the channel was about within 10 seconds. What about this channel? What do you reckon it's about now? If I ask the question, what's it about? Quick.
College life.
What do you think? College life. College. Okay. So we kind of got that vibe from the thumbnail, I think, including that text in all of the thumbnails. I think maybe at this point, the creator might want to add a channel banner to reinforce that with a value proposition. What next for this channel?
Yeah. So, like Rob said, I mean, I don't know if you need college vlog in every thumbnail, especially since you have it in your title. I mean, from the title, we know that from the title, we know that it's a college vlog. So I don't know if you need that text in the thumbnail. You can probably eliminate that and still be good to go. Other than that, I feel like some of these thumbnails are slightly too busy. And again, you have to realize that most people are watching YouTube on a mobile device, so you don't want to put too much stuff on your thumbnail because it'll be hard to see. But yeah, I think some of these thumbnails need to be toned down just a little bit.
I do agree. First of all, welcome to YouTube. I mean, this is not a very long time to be on the platform and have this much content and a pretty healthy amount of views to kind of look at. I think what I'm noticing is that the titles that have a little more context to them seem to be doing a little bit better. Like, here's what a college tailgate is really like versus the latest video, which is College Week in My Life vlog. So kind of like, right, like it's college week. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it's just in my life. I'm just kind of vlogging on campus or something like that. And that's
what you're talking about there, Dan, is creating tension,
yes,
or intrigue in a thumbnail. It almost explains itself. It's random. Okay, well,
yes.
Am I interested in randomness, or do I want to learn something specifically or enjoy a certain story that they're going to tell?
Exactly. So during that filming session, during that day as you were recording, was there something specific that happened that you can draw attention to? It can still be a vlog. It can still be almost the same video, but is there a moment in that video that really stood out? And then can you focus your title and your thumbnail around that? And maybe it would take a little bit of extra context while you're editing at the beginning to tease that moment or mention it in some way so people know they're in the right place when they get to the video. But these are all lessons you kind of learn as you continue creating content and, you know, continue learning from data.
Yeah, I'm glad that Dan highlighted that, because I've told you guys this before, but I'll tell you again. When you're first starting out and you're trying to make a vlog channel, you have to realize that nobody knows you from a can of paint. So if you're putting out a random vlog about a day in your life, and that's your title, random vlog or whatever the case may be, no one's going to watch that. Well, nobody that doesn't know you will watch that because they don't know you. You have to provide some type of value proposition in your title or thumbnail that will make people intrigued enough to click on your vlog. Like Dan said, you can still vlog, but does your vlog have a moment that stands out, or does it have a teachable moment that somebody can learn something from? Like, you got to give people a reason to watch. And a lot of times, unfortunately, as much as we want to vlog, people are not going to click on a random vlog because they don't know you and you're pretty new. So what value does your video provide a potential viewer? Like, why should somebody click on your vlog? That is what you need to think about when you are crafting your titles and thumbnails.
Just seeing if there is a similar channel, not a huge channel, that's college vlogging, and see if we can identify what might be some good things. They're all huge channels, which isn't helping me that much. Just looking at each of these, and I'm trying to figure out what would make me click on these as a college vlog. Yeah, they're all quite similar, aren't they? Like a day in the life of.
What was that one with 13K? Can you scroll up a little bit? Realistic, chill, college days. Being productive, self-care. I have a Starbucks addiction.
I have a Starbucks addiction. That's kind of adding a little bit of intrigue there, isn't there? There's perhaps some story being hinted at. But they have 50,000 subscribers, so they already have, I guess, the clout or the cachet a little bit for that type of content.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, there is something good here in terms of final week in college. There was not jeopardy, but stress. Perhaps being hinted at in that one, like I'm finishing my degree, or is it the degree finishing me in the thumbnail, which is a nice little addition there. So I guess, yeah, just jumping out from the normality, I guess, the somewhat randomness, and trying to find a focus to each thumbnail and title that's going to have a little bit more of an instinctive moment. Oh, I'm interested in that, rather than us trying to decode it a little bit.
I think a lot of college channels that I've seen that do pretty well are ones that they're trying to give some advice, right? And it's from that perspective of being in college. So there's always opportunities for money saving content. Like as a college student, you're trying to buy budget supplies or whatever, or maybe when you're moving out of your.
Is he asleep?
Listen, I'm multitasking. Leave me alone over here. I'm doing stuff. You don't know. Listen, when you see what I've been up to, man, you're going to love it.
Sorry, Dan, do continue.
It's all right. Maybe when you're moving out of your dorm into like an apartment, but you're still going to school. Now it's like, I need a good deal on an apartment, but they're so dang expensive. And now you're kind of bringing people on that journey with you. Just there's a lot of big moments while you're in college. So take your vlogs as a way, like make your vlogs a way to tell that story and kind of bring people along during those times.
Let's move on. We're going to look at Pillay All Rounders, 895 subscribers. Watches every Monday or Tuesday. Dan, I think this was the one that you found intriguing before we went live.
Yeah, the Monday or Tuesday thing threw me because I was kind of wondering, like, is that their schedule? Maybe Monday or Tuesdays when they upload, or do they upload every Monday and say, if you can't get to it Monday, that's all right. Go ahead and watch on Tuesday.
Or I was thinking, do they publish on a Monday and a Tuesday? And I thought, well, those 2 days seem really close together. Why not split them up?
Yeah. This is similar to the channel you're just looking at. It's another vlogging channel. And I think they have one thing down, which is like they're always trying to do something really interesting, right? They're always kind of making an event happen and then recording it. So the titles kind of tell me that, but only the titles tell me that. With this channel, my main advice has to be thumbnails. especially the ones from a couple months ago, being just tons of people or tons of objects. There's so much going on, and there's everything in focus, and it's really hard to kind of pinpoint what to look at, even though you kind of a plain background on some of them. It's so hard to kind of know what is it this video is trying to get me to, realize. And all I have to go off is the title.
Let's credit them. In the top row, I think they are certainly trying to reduce the complications in their thumbnails. The text has certainly been reduced quite a lot. The elements, we're now getting down to 4 or 5 as opposed to 20, 25 elements. So we'll give them thumbs up there. But they're certainly actively making adjustments.
Yeah. So 100%. And I just still wanted to say that just in case, though that change was not intentional for some reason, although it does look very intentional. The other thing is, all right, cool. So you have simplified your thumbnails, but right now we're mostly looking at people. But the things you're doing in the video are very, I would say, visual, especially the latest one, Gingerbread House Challenge.
Yeah.
I think the best thumbnail you could have made was that there's a gingerbread house on the left. I know you're looking something up right now, but I was hoping when you get a sec, take the magnifying glass, put it on that gingerbread house because it's great.
I'm just going to have a look at some competitor ones. Okay, so that's kind of what was. I think the gingerbread is certainly more visible in them. But sorry, Dan, I cut you off a little bit there. So let's go back to magnifying glass and get it in there.
So that house on the left, where it looks like the roof fell off, that house is your entire thumbnail to me.
Right.
I think that should have been front and center, blown up in the entire frame, and the title, just as it is, Gingerbread House Challenge. The one thing I would consider changing about your title is, I don't know if it looks like you do this in all of them, featuring Pillay All Rounders. No, unfortunately, you haven't kind of built yourself up to that yet. And once you do, you still won't need your channel name in the title of your videos. If that makes sense, your channel name is always kind of present, so you don't really need that. That's again wasted real estate. You could use that title, Gingerbread House Challenge. It didn't go well, or something like that. Just that little extra punch,
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like, if you look at this thumbnail, I'm mostly seeing the colors in the background colors, which almost make it look like a flag, and then the people with not that bigger expressions or emotions. They're a bit bland and vague and plain for YouTuber emotions. And then the objects are the last things that I'm looking at. And as you say, the destruction or the failure, that, as you say, that should be the focus of a story of a thumbnail and title, shouldn't it?
Or the one in the middle looks fantastic. I can't see the one behind the timestamp, but the one in the middle looks like it's really well done. So it could have been either. And that would have been the entire thumbnail. And you as the personalities behind the channel, that will shine through. People will come to your videos, and as they watch your videos and learn who you are, all the different characters that come in will just automatically be like something people get used to. You don't have to put everybody's face in every thumbnail. And I imagine that thumbnail took a long time. There's a lot of elements there. You have the different color backgrounds, you have the cutouts of each individual person, then you have the cutouts of the gingerbread houses. It's a lot of elements, and that the one I'm suggesting could have taken a lot less time. It would have been all about the photography of the gingerbread house rather than the photoshopping of everybody in that one thumbnail.
Rob,
yes,
I have a question for you.
Sure, I was about to ask you and Travis a question, but you beat me to it. Go ahead.
I have seen a lot since I've been a creator in the past 4 years, but there's a lot of creators that put their channel name in the title. Is there like a good reason to ever do that? Why do people do that? I've never understood that.
I don't have a good explanation for you. As Dan was mentioning this to me, I thought, you know what? The one thing that is actually useful, the thing that this is probably actually useful for now for this type of thing is tags. If your channel name is commonly misspelled, you might want to include Pillay All Rounders in the tags. I think maybe some people in the past thought that including their channel name in a title would mean that they would rank at the top. But if we just search for vidIQ, for example, I'm pretty sure that even though we don't include vidIQ in any of our titles, we're ranking at the top for all of these. As far as I'm aware, it's not worth putting in. I wonder if Emily D. Baker's in there because vidIQ features in her description, maybe.
Oh, and she's live. Yeah.
Oh, should we all raid? Yeah, let's do that.
Well, maybe in an hour.
Yeah, shall we? Everybody, just go to Emily D. Becker's live stream. God, the internet.
The hamster in your modem is dead again.
Oh, shall I come back to this? Right, okay. Oh, it's subscriber mode only. Damn it.
You wouldn't want to subscribe, Rob.
She's
Rob.
trapped me.
How are we not subscribed to Emily?
Okay, let's get it subscribed. But what's the all right, we'll come back to that. Right, let's move on to the next channel. Travis, the Fire Pilot. What do you think of this channel?
Cool. Is this a pilot who's a fire dude? I mean, from the mountains, encouraging family friend. Okay, so he's a pilot who's also a firefighter. That's kind of cool. I thought maybe he was fighting fires from an airplane.
That's what I thought.
You can do that. You can dump.
Yeah. Right. That's what I was assuming he was. Maybe he is. Is that what he's doing?
It's not clear, is it? It's not 100% clear.
See, if the banner was just a plane dumping water out of the back, that would have been
the same thing.
Yeah.
If that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like that to be clarified. And I wonder if, because there are people who do that, right? And it sounds like in reading that, and we'd have to look at the content more, that he's actually two things, but not that one thing. And it would be kind of ironic to not be the one thing when you are the other two things. So I'm kind of unsure. Having said that, it's a pretty cool idea for a channel. I do want to understand why the connection is for being a firefighter if most of your videos are about airplanes, unless again you're taking out fires from the sky. It looks like
as if there's any mention of firefighting,
right?
It just looks like an aviation channel.
So I would actually kind of pull that away then, because I wouldn't want to confuse people as to what they're getting. So we talked about this in an earlier meeting off live stream, that titles and thumbnails, and even in this particular case, channel names and stuff, can either help or hinder your retention, because you're setting up an expectation. And if your expectation is to see, oh, cool, I remember hearing about these airplanes that put out fires, and you click and none of it's about that, then you may click away quicker. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it would be interesting to see if he did that. Having said that, I love the idea behind the channel. And it looks like he's mainly just flying around different places. I would love to see if he really wanted to go there and try to expand his audience. Real Pilot tries Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like those type of things you see every so often that do really well. They kind of blow up because they're in the kind of zeitgeist of like bigger views. And the nice thing about doing something like that is a lot of times you go, well, you don't want to go too far out. Like if you did an eating challenge, you're going to get people with eating challenge. But people who play Flight Simulator specifically, not just another flight game, are interested in flying, in airplanes. They're not interested in arcade games. They're interested in flying. So they might actually like your channel. So if it was me, I'd be like, Real Pilot flies from Seattle, whatever, in Flight Simulator, and give all your feedback. Like, what do you think about it? While also doing your other content, so that you bring people in, a larger audience, and then bring them into your stuff and go, this is a real plane. Let me take a real plane, the plane that I just showed you in this game, and show you what it really flies like. I would watch that.
Can you scroll down a little bit?
Sorry, Dan. Yeah, sure. Just to where I was. Oh.
Right. This was 5 months ago, so maybe they've caught on to this already. But I just noticed IFR flight, pilot cockpit view with ATC audio. So IFR the entire trip. So as a pilot, if you go to study for like your pilot's license, you have to learn what all that means, like IFR, VFR, ATC, all of that stuff. The thing is, a layman has no idea. I actually considered this like route at one point, so I actually studied aviation quite a bit, so I recognize those terms, and I've already forgotten what IFR means, like the physics, like I was reading textbooks and studying this, and I've forgotten the definitions. ATC is air traffic control. That's like all I remember. So you have to kind of tailor your videos to the perspective of viewers who might not care to be pilots, might not care to study these things, but still understand how cool it is to be in a plane up in the air, and you can be tailoring those titles and those thumbnails to people who don't need to have that background knowledge. And lately that has not been the issue, but in case you do go back to that at one point, I just wanted to make mention of that.
I want to talk about thumbnails, but before I do, Viper, is there anything that you picked out?
I'm just confused because this man said he forgot everything, but he was just spouting out acronyms like he knew what the hell he's talking about, like he's like a seasoned pilot. Are you sure you forgot? It doesn't sound like
I forgot.
me.
There are hundreds of acronyms you have to know as someone in aviation, and I've forgotten pretty much all of them. Pretty much all of them.
The only one I know is ASAP
Mayday.
HELP. I need help right now, please.
As far as what we've been talking about,
this is not a flotation device.
As it relates to this particular channel, yeah, he calls himself the Fire Pilot, and I think he just tried to come up with a cool name. But I kind of agree with you guys. That might backfire. Well, I think it could backfire on him because if people expect to come on the channel and see him putting out fires with in an airplane or flying over fires and things like that, and they don't get that, they might be a little disappointed. So just something to keep in mind. But I don't know if it's a big deal, but something to think about. But other than that,
okay. What I wanted to talk about here was thumbnails.
Yeah.
What I find interesting here is that just him with his sunglasses, which are really cool. I almost feel as if that's a branding style that works. You know, like Casey Neistat is famous for the sunglasses that he wears, and this person has very distinctive sunglasses. But the problem is, most of these thumbnails are just a freeze frame of him talking to camera. But when there's some effort put into the situation that they're in, like a bit of scenery, X marks the spot, or I saw a couple where they were trying to land on runways. The view counts seem to be a little higher. You know, you got 700 here with a dedicated thumbnail, 500 here with a thumbnail of with a plane icon, and then when we were scrolling down and Dan was talking about all of his airplane terminology. Point of view, landing, the view counts again just seem to be a little bit higher. So when there's real intent and dedication put into the thumbnails, that seems to sell. But at the same time, I like his sunglasses. I'm wondering if there's a way to mix the two together, like we see in this thumbnail, where we've got the best of both worlds almost.
And Rob, it goes back to what I said earlier. When you're just starting out on YouTube, just having your face on the thumbnail is not going to do it for a potential viewer because they don't know you. But if you can find a way to craft your thumbnail in such a way that it can relay the potential value that your video could bring a viewer, like Rob highlighted with the diagrams of the airplanes and things, then you are onto something. That's how you do it.
All right, then. So if you do want to go to Emily Baker's live stream, can you all just go there and type in vidIQ's raid? She'll get what it means.
Just
put
that
in there. There's so many people in the chat, she probably won't see it, but there we are. Right. We'll come back in a minute and we'll go on to our random video picks.
Introducing daily ideas from vidIQ. AI designed for those that have to create. Inspired by the creators that start working when others stop. Because their inspiration doesn't care for 9 to 5. Creators that push their ideas 1 step, even 3 steps beyond the obvious, and won't ever settle for anything less. Discover AI-generated ideas made for your channel only, the creator whose brain works like nobody else's. Newly refreshed every single day, because we know how much it hurts to get caught sleeping on a trend. And there's nothing sweeter than waking up to a view count you didn't dare dream of. So we made View Prediction. See all your opportunities ranked by their potential to get you more views. When your creativity and our algorithm work together, surprising things happen. And this is just the start. The power of artificial intelligence is in your hands, and we can't wait to see what you create. Daily ideas from vidIQ. AI-powered inspiration, inspired by you.
That was, of course, Dan ASMR style, leading you into daily ideas. And remember, if you do not pay for vidIQ and you want to try out 50 video ideas every single day, then do make sure to use the link or the coupon on screen now to get 30 days free trial. You know what it's time for next?
Ooh.
The claw.
Oh.
Why is Travis? Who did that?
I am watching Emily's live stream to see what she says about the people we sent over. Jeez.
Oh my god.
What we're doing.
That wasn't me, Travis. That wasn't me.
Why is it like that?
All
Why
right,
would you do
let's
that?
get
Hey.
it back on screen. Oh, was it? Was it me by accident?
So
It may
I
be.
got a question for Dan. So Dan, did you get to the point where you ever can you fly a plane, Dan? Can you fly a
No,
plane?
no.
Oh, okay.
No,
Can you
my
imagine
brain,
getting
my
into
brain
a-
hurt. My brain
Can you
hurt. way
imagine
too
getting into a plane and then walking and seeing Dan sitting there smiling, going, "Hey," like, wait a minute, you're
Hop
my
in.
pilot.
I actually feel very safe in Dan's hands because, as we all know, since we've never met him, he is just AI. So it would be
That is
perfect.
true. He
It would be
doesn't exist.
perfect
We
at
We
flying.
don't think he's
Flying the plane.
a real person.
We do jest. We do jest. Right. So we have 242 submissions on the non-gaming form, 208 on the gaming form. So we adjust our claw machine to make sure that we pick up all of those channels, and then we pick a number like this. Very simple. We get channel 220. I think it's fair to do a gaming channel first. So we will have to do the last channel that's submitted because the numbers aren't perfectly synchronized. So we do this for the next hour or so. And we don't know what we're coming into now. These are like very first impressions. We haven't seen these videos beforehand, these channels beforehand. And so X Gaming 592 with 46 subscribers. I think we're going to be talking about quite a few fundamentals here, aren't we, Dan?
I think so. This very interesting to see a Minecraft channel submitting, and they're not even using custom thumbnails, which is not. I'm not trying to knock them, but that is what our advice is unfortunately going to end up focusing on, right? Like, for anybody out there who's thinking of submitting their channel, if we see a channel like this is kind of what we fixate on. Like, you're not using custom thumbnails, your titles need work, and all those sorts of things. So always make sure your channel is up beside the live stream and you're kind of taking notes alongside what you're seeing.
You know the reason they're probably not making custom.
I see the
thumbnails or
streams.
really putting effort into titles is because these are live streams.
Yeah,
and that
some of them aren't.
That tends to be what happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, some of them are not live streams, and maybe they're super new. I mean, we haven't scrolled down to the bottom. We don't really know. So I'm really not trying to like give this creator a hard time, because it, like, when you see streams on Twitch, for example, they don't have custom thumbnails, but that's because you can't have custom thumbnails on Twitch. It looks like they've been at this for a while though. So here's my advice to a streaming channel, other than you should definitely be making custom thumbnails for your streams. Okay, I'm Rob, I'm going to try not to take up too much time here.
Whoa, hang on, this sounds like it's important.
Yeah,
hang on.
let's crack our knuckles here.
Proceed.
So, all right, you're streaming a game. You're like, I want people to watch my stream. It helps a lot if your title... Leave him alone, guys. Travis is working hard. If your title is just Minecraft hardcore, I feel like I can kind of get that anywhere, right? I'm kind of looking for somebody doing something really interesting, really noteworthy. So when you start a live stream, it's important to have a goal for that live stream. What is it that you're going to do? And whether or not you achieve that goal is irrelevant. The point is, in hardcore Minecraft, I'm going to try and do a thing. I'm going to try to kill the Ender Dragon today, or I'm going to collect 100 diamonds or something. Give it that unique position on YouTube. So when it pops up in the live streaming feed, people are like, oh, that's kind of interesting. This person's live right now and they're trying to collect 100 diamonds in an hour. Then when you have that goal, it becomes very simple to make a very clickable, easy thumbnail. 100 diamonds in an hour, cool. Your thumbnail is a blurry background of Minecraft and a bunch of diamonds front and center. Done. The whole thumbnail is done. So that's why, like, these things go hand in hand. The goal makes it a lot easier to come up with a title and a thumbnail, and your live stream should have that. Then, while you're streaming, go into your software. If you're using OBS, Streamlabs OBS, whatever it is, turn on your replay buffer. If you don't know what that is, do a search for how to use a replay buffer. What you can do is, while you're streaming, you can have a funny moment happen or something crazy. You can hit a button and it'll capture a set amount of time from the last, I think I have mine, it's like 3 minutes. So for me, it captures the last 3 minutes and it saves it onto your computer. So later you can go back and you can clip that down to either a short video that you can live on your channel by itself, or a YouTube short that can again live on your channel by itself. And now your channel, your streaming channel, is working for you while you're not live, because you have a cool, searchable, bite-sized piece of content sitting on your channel this whole time. So that's my general advice. Does not matter. This channel we're looking at can apply all of those tips. Any channel, especially if you're a live streaming channel, can apply all of those tips. And I think you'll have a lot more success. Those are all the unique things that YouTube has to offer as a live streaming platform. I've been looking into this. A lot of people wondering, should they go YouTube? Should they go Twitch? And YouTube has been building up the streaming platform. Tons of updates coming out next year in 2022 for their live streaming platform. They're taking this very seriously. So now's a really good time to be learning how to do this stuff.
Yeah,
That was like a mini video, Dan, within the live stream. I just want to point out.
We can clip that and we can turn it into our own video.
I just want to point out here that the reason Dan has said this is because we see probably at least one channel a week in this position, whereby a year ago they were getting 2 views, 1 view, 6 views, etc., etc. They're doing live streams, getting no views, and they're in that same position now, a year later. So what Danny is trying to help you to do is not be in exactly the same position this time next year. Because if you don't start to really think about an audience that you want to make content for, then you will continue to just live stream for your own self-indulgence. And that's a hard truth, but the data, the views are reflecting that.
Right. I understand channels that come from the perspective of, no, I just want to live stream. I don't want to deal with all that YouTube-y stuff. But YouTube as a platform, it'll grow your channel for you while you're not live. And then the next time you stream, a bunch of people had already subscribed from the shorts you had made, and they're getting that notification.
You know who's doing really great stuff with live streams? That's the fact. Because I got to tell you, like I'm only using them to kind of connect with my community. I don't use them as growth tools because it's very difficult to grow a channel on live streaming. Jeff, if you look at his channel, he has been able to figure out a really smart way to grow his previous live streams to like legitimate views. It's really quite amazing. I'm really like, I love that Jeff is doing this. It's incredible.
So yeah, we're talking about El Jefe here, and so examples would be these. So there's a couple of live streams there, I think.
He's got a couple at over 20,000. Like he's got some good 16,000
one here, like with 7,000, and those like 7,000 views isn't bad on the channel, is it? It's competing with his on-demand stuff as well. You have a tier 1 here,
20,000, 27,000. I mean, those are legitimate views.
Jeff is in a chat. Either Jeff, share what you've learned, or if you want to join us for the last 30 minutes while Travis continues to have minute power naps, you can do.
I'm literally customer service. Leave me alone.
I was going to say, you know what, Travis? I am so going to regret this in about 25 minutes.
Yeah, you really are. No idea.
Kevin Nordstrom. Let's look at our next channel. They do photography and outdoors, nature, landscape, and wildlife. All right, I'm feeling some tremors here. Things are starting to shake. I'm feeling with a landscape and wild photography. The last thing I want to be seeing is text, but I need Viper to confirm this.
All right, I need you to highlight the thing again so I can take a look. Yeah. Well, some are better than others. I'll say that. I think you're trying to be a little too cute with some of this stuff. Sometimes less is more as it relates to thumbnails. You got like all these different colors and trying to do different things, and sometimes simple is better. Like this Lightroom one that's at the top right, the end of the row. The Lightroom tool will improve your wildlife. You're doing way too much with that. It's like what? 1,000 different colors in that thumbnail, like, and too much text. Like, yeah, that you can dial that back a little bit. The My Planet routine thumbnail at the bottom, at the next row here, I like that one. That's pretty simple. But yeah, that Lightroom thumbnail, too much going on there.
I look at this one and I think, how could you better tell this story of signs of a wildlife photographer? And the immediate image that comes into my head, I don't know how well you could do this, but like, I'm a photographer taking a picture, and behind me, there is a bear eating sandwiches or something. You know, it's a little bit ridiculous, but it kind of gives you the vibe of what that would be. I just think that the text here, and there needs to be more to sell me the signs you're a wildlife photographer. Think about if it was a meme. How would you do that through the power of a meme or imagery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I look at this channel, I don't see a wildlife and photography.
Right.
I see a personality and actually a bit of bushcrafting here with knives. Maybe you were that type of channel a month ago. The channel banner is not reflecting the channel content.
Yeah. What, bro? Yeah. That's a disconnect right there.
Yeah, it's a big thing because again, some people are thinking of let me knock this one video out of the park, but not thinking about binging sessions, which are actually how you grow a channel, to get people to come and watch multiple things over and over and over again.
So I'm just doing I mean, I know there's some text on this one, but look at how they've managed to combine photography and wildlife there.
Well played.
Brilliant thumbnail. Hey, Jeff's here. How you doing,
I snuck
Jeff?
in. I snuck in real quick under there, man.
So let's just finish off this channel before we go back to what we wanted to mention with Jeff and his live streams. Do you think that's where we're at? Like text in the thumbnails and not enough wildlife centric stuff. I mean,
so I think the last time I was
a little bit in that direction with this a little bit, but I think the text again destroys the imagery a bit. Sorry, Viper, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the last time I was here, I think it was the last time I was here, we were auditing a real estate channel, and I was talking about his thumbnails and how there was such a disconnect with his thumbnail because they look like rap album covers instead of real estate thumbnails.
Yeah.
And I think this channel is almost dangerously close to playing in that field. Like we said, it's not, these thumbnails don't give off the wildlife vibe. And if somebody lands on your page and they think it's going to be about wildlife, but they take a look at your thumbnails and it tells them a different story, they're gonna go somewhere else. Like, you got to be careful about your aesthetic, man. Like, people, they want to get what they expect when they click on your channel, and if they don't feel like they're going to get that, then they're not going to stick around.
Looks as if there's been a somewhat of a channel pivot here as well, in that they were very much bushcraft knife centric, which is fine, you know, as a real niche within a niche. That's really quite powerful. And the thumbnails here, I mean, you've done it once. Look at the one time that you haven't used any text at all. It's really quite a powerful image, I would say, that one. And you're a photographer, so why the need, the feel to it's almost like you feel exposed or naked without a bit of text on the thumbnails, and sometimes, more often than not, it's better to not have any.
Yeah,
less is more when it comes to thumbnails.
Less is more. All right, let's talk about less is more, Jeff. So we were looking at a channel which was doing live streaming all of the time, but they weren't doing anything with their titles or thumbnails. Travis mentioned that you're able to not only leverage the power of your community during a live stream, but then turn it into something valuable afterwards. Maybe just give us a brief overview of how you do that.
Sure. So there's going to be some forethought in place here when you're going to set up a stream. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a topic in mind. Now, there's nothing wrong with just going live for the sake of going live. So there's nothing wrong with that. If you just want to hang with your community, no problem. But what I'm doing here specifically, there's a strategy behind it. So I'm looking at what's the hottest topic right now in my niche. What's the thing that my community, the people, like my target audience, what are they talking about? Whatever that latest product is, that's going to be my number one topic for this stream. I'm going to title it and thumbnail it accordingly. The same way that I would do for a regular video, I'm going to apply that to a live stream. And when I start my live stream, I'm going to try to get into this first topic as quickly as possible. I'm also going to include timestamps. So that's the real process behind it. I'm going to have usually 3 stories that I'm going to talk about throughout 90 minutes. But the main story, the most important one, that's going to be the title and the thumbnail. That's what that's going to revolve around. And get straight into it as fast as you can. I mean, for me, it's a little bit different because some of these are sponsored streams, so I have to have this, you know, pre-roll billboard and all that stuff. But there's the timestamps right there. So I'm making it as easy as possible for people to get to the information that they want. That gives it a good amount of replay value. I think this is the tier list, if I remember correctly. So timestamping that was a chore, but it was worth it.
Big commitment there. Big commitment.
Yeah, it was worth it. It plays out well. But you see stuff like this, like the tier list did very well. There's a few other live streams that have done very well, and there's also certain ones in here of the live streams that I've done where after the fact, I will cut the live stream down to the length of a regular video. I'll cut everything off except for that one main story that's in the thumbnail or title, basically turning it into its own video. So instead of it being a 90-minute stream where there's 9 minutes of value for someone, I just chopped off all the excess. So if you want to be there for the live experience, you got to show up on time. Otherwise, if you catch a replay, all you're going to see is the one, 9-minute video. So that's another option that you can do. There's a couple that are like that. If you scroll down, there's one with the Beats. You'll see 3 earbuds in a picture. You just got to go back up a little bit. You kind of scrolled past it really fast.
This one
right there. Yeah, the Apple, the AirPods, and that. So you see how that one's 9 minutes. That was a 90-minute stream. It's got 22,000 views. It's still doing numbers.
Oh, wow. So just to clarify, this is not repurposed content. This is a live stream. This was a 90-minute live stream.
Correct.
And you trimmed it down to 9 minutes and then almost
Correct.
turned it into video on demand.
Right. Wow. That was planned. So what I will do is I'll do my stream, but I will tell my chat, hey, I'm going to cut a video real quick in one take, and then I'll get back into the live chat. So I'll just cut a video in the middle of my live stream in front of my audience in one take.
Well, you've got a rotating high res icon. Oh,
yeah.
That's cute. That's cute. How do you do that?
A friend of mine who designed all of the merchandise, doing all the artwork for my merchandise, he designed that for me, set up a GIF, and we made it work inside of StreamYard.
Hang on. You got me intrigued. Whoa. Back up. Forget everything you just said there. Hang on. So you can put an animated GIF as a logo.
Yes.
In the top right hand corner.
Yes.
Oh. So what we're talking about here is we can turn that thing in the top right hand corner now into an animated GIF.
Yes.
Oh, it's game over.
Rob,
I know that.
Rob, like your leader.
Dan, that's your next assignment, Dan. I know you want some vacation. Cancel it.
Get on.
Now, just to be, but also to be clear, cutting a video within a live stream in one take is not for the faint of heart.
True.
I've had 5 years of practice at this, so it's something that I wouldn't say. You can try it. Anybody, please feel free to try it. But the main strategy still holds place. Choosing a topic that people care about, titling it accordingly, and making a thumbnail like you would for a regular video. These are the 3 things you should be doing for your regular videos anyway, but apply that to your live streams, and it should work a lot better for you.
Dan and Jeff have just dropped 2 enormous knowledge bombs there about like channels that live stream and then converting live streams to on-demand content. So please, if you found that valuable, do give us a thumbs up for that. If you didn't find any of that valuable, Jeff, just do your thing.
The claw.
And give us a like for that instead.
That's
All
right.
Let's pick out the next channel. And I think this would be a gaming channel because
funny thing is that's such high level stuff that you just heard there that you won't hear anywhere else. And anyone who didn't pay attention to that just missed out on something they normally would have to pay for. It's hilarious.
Yeah, maybe we need to trim this down, trim out those 2 sections of this live stream.
That's right.
Minecraft Transformers. All right. By the channel name and the channel banner, I know I'm in the right place straight away. And the thumbnails tell me that as well. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this channel.
Yeah, I think we've seen them in our chats before too, and it's cool that their channel name and avatar match exactly what you would hope, right? So they're making Transformer characters in Minecraft. Doesn't get much more complicated than that. So let's see, they're doing shorts. I would say not primarily. They tried. They've been. It looks. Oh, we can almost see the pattern. It looks like 2 or 3 shorts and then a long form video.
Yeah,
okay.
Shortish,
shorts
and shortish videos.
Yeah, I think one of the things they might try doing is taking their shorts and making them shorter. I'm going to
yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
I'm going to keep hammering on about this because again, like I'm back to testing these for myself, and I'm seeing that even I could make the most engaging 30-second short ever. But if I managed to get it down to 15 seconds, I can get the retention over 100%, and the views do a lot better. But when it hits the 30 second mark, I'm losing people at about 80% average view duration, and that's not where I want to be, especially in shorts. So since you're already testing long form versions of these videos anyway, there's no harm in trying to cut these down to as short as you can possibly make them while still having context.
So I'm wondering, are they just focusing on one of the transformers, or are they looking at maybe 2 or 3 transformers in each of these?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I think each one, if they're going to be that short, could focus on one transformer. But then what is it that's happening in the video? Like, is it a slow reveal? Are you
I'd love to
building
find
it?
out.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious because if it's just the camera panning over it, people get the point really fast. Okay, so it's kind of showing off different bits. Are they talking? Or you muted it? Okay,
I'm muted. Let's
And
see.
it's hamster internet too. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you.
So I think cinematic with some music or something, even just that, you could probably make that 15 seconds long. If you're commentating, that's a different story. But can you cut that down?
It's music. I don't
Okay.
think there's any narration.
Yeah. So as soon as your camera pans over the entire build for a long enough period of time, people don't need to watch the rest of the video, and that's when they're swiping away. So some of your shorts are getting some decent views. I'm saying they could get a lot more views if, it's way shorter.
2 things that were mentioned here. Although there isn't, I try not to ever stress like a magic number for click-through rate or audience retention, but it generally seems to be the case that in order for a short to go viral, it needs to be watched more than once. So like 120%, 150% audience retention generally seems to be where the best creators are. And also, if you want to look at a reference point here, not necessarily the same type of content, but BlockFacts, who used to do these uber fast explanations of items in Minecraft, he would just pack it with tons of information in, 27 seconds, Dan?
Yeah, every single one.
Voice narration and everything. It was on the next level in terms of like just how much was packed into such a short space of time.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you're building something really cool. And I think that you have a very unique approach to Minecraft, which is great. If you want to play Minecraft, this is what you need. So now I would test out making very short shorts.
The claw.
Let's move again. We're going to do channel
Very
88. Channel 88. And I want to make sure that we have a jam-packed crew now, that we've got 5 on board. So I want to make sure that everybody's having a chance. So I'm going to let Viper lead with the next one. And this is a toy shop channel, I think.
No pressure.
All right. It's not a conventional toy shop. We can confirm that with the thumbnails.
Toy Shop 9665. What is that about? Cleaning carburetor, snowmobile dolly. Okay, so it seems like some type of tool from repair thing, maybe?
Yeah, there's definitely a disconnect here.
Yeah, this ain't no toy shop I will go into. I'm telling you right now. I don't know about this one. Typical motorhead trying to fix some stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna have to ask about your use of the word toy in your channel title, but I digress. All right, so okay. The emoji that you're using for if that's the best snowmobile dolly thumbnail, it's probably covering up what we should be looking at. At least that's my guess. So it kind of makes it hard to tell what we should be aware of, but you can do with that information what you will. The dirty need this. Yeah, this is interesting.
I'm still trying to figure out what type of vehicles. Is it just snowmobiles?
It almost looks like anything with a small engine.
Skidoos?
I see a couple of titles with a snowmobile, but it ain't that a Christmas idea for your toolbox. Like what? I'm confused. See, the problem is that I'm on the channel and I'm confused, and that's already bad.
Yeah, I guess, but the thing is, we shouldn't really be confused here, should we? Because I think there's a certain element of focus and niche here, and of showing us how to clean, repair, replace parts of vehicles, but maybe because of a channel banner, channel name, and a lack of explanation perhaps in the title or the thumbnail. We're never quite sure exactly what they're talking about in each thumbnail. We're probably all layman's here. I think Jeff, if you would have maybe as much knowledge as anyone in this area, or am I?
Well,
you out
yeah.
a bit
I mean,
too much
I kind of got it when I saw that he said toy shop and then there was some automotive related stuff, because that was a big thing that when I worked in automotive, that's what a lot of guys would call like their project cars. Like, oh, I got a new toy, or
Right.
when they would come into
okay.
my shop, they would say,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm like a kid in a toy store. So I kind of get that sense of it, but
Sure.
a bit of context would really help in the banner of what it is that you're talking about, because some of the stuff could be automotive, but some of the stuff could be just other types of products. So there's a bit of focus issue here as well, on top of messaging that's confusing in the channel name and banner, because it's not really telling us what this is about.
Just trying to see if there's any common keywords.
Yeah, and that would, the other thing I would say, I mean, like Toy Shop 9665, like that's 96065. I'm like, well, I'm wondering, I'm sure that has, maybe that makes sense to the creator, but to the rest of us, it's almost like those channel names that you're just going to forget 5 minutes later. And which I feel bad saying it in that sense, but you got to give me something a little bit more. But I think focus is really going to be one of the bigger things here.
I think there is promise in this channel, though. Just looking at the channel size, 300 subscribers. Some of the view counts are of a channel with maybe a healthy community, 100 views, 300 views. Then there are occasional ones where there's 80 views, 5 views. Audience really didn't react well to this review of a Allen wrench socket set. But when they're actually getting their hands dirty, so to speak, and getting in there and fixing, repairing, cleaning something, the audience is definitely there.
They also missed putting the actual name of the socket set in the title for searchability, so they kind of missed that, because I don't think it's called Best Allen Wrenches.
Sure. It should be a Lexivon review.
Something, but at least do the SEO play if your audience isn't going to respond. And there's no reason why they can't change this after the fact either. And then review and live Q&A, you can just remove and Q&A live.
Speaking of their titles, I think that's probably the biggest place they're missing an opportunity. Sorry, my cat failed to jump. That's probably where they're missing an opportunity the most, because I look at this content and I see incredible value hidden behind thumbnails and titles that don't make a lot of sense to us, right? But they're repairing like different parts of specific products, like different snowmobiles and things like that. I think if that's the kind of content library you're going to build up, if you're going to make these kinds of repairs, then just make sure your titles and your thumbnails are very simple and reflect that, like how to clean carburetors on a Ski-Doo snowmobile. Boom. Like make it dead simple.
Go ahead. Yeah, sorry, Dan. I just wanted to mention, as I mouse over the previews, it looks like the production value is actually quite high, that they're very much in a point of view. They're going in and out of the equipment. It looks like he's got a very cool workshop as well. So my guess is that the content is actually of quite high standard.
Yeah, it feels like that.
I agree. Rob. Sorry about the shenanigans in the background here.
Rob, did you kick Travis out?
I didn't.
The claw.
I'm too scared to.
Okay, never mind.
Thanks, Jeff. Right. So this would be a gaming channel. Let's take a look at this here gaming channel, and they are called H2HH Ombre, I think. Okie dokie. Some tier list stuff. I saw Ludwig playing this game in a live stream recently.
Oh, this must be like a new
animal battles of some kind. It almost looks like a Rochambeau turn-based thing.
Can you click into it? I want to see the description. I have a feeling as to what this might be, but I just want to see if the description tells us what the heck it is.
Super Auto Pets, I presume is the game.
Huh. Okay, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what this is. That's interesting. But it looks like they're in on if you've seen these larger creators playing it, they're probably in early on a potential trend, or maybe it's just a part of the gaming sphere that I am not in.
Look at when you put Super AU, look at how it auto completes to everything about Super Auto Pets, whatever this is.
Yeah, that would be the kind of research I'd be doing too. How how are other people kind of approaching this game?
Yeah, very recent, very trendy. So he's in the right place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know anything about this game, but yes, it does look like you're definitely in the right place. Trying different things too. I've definitely seen tiered list content before. People just ranking certain things within games, or not even just outside of games. People just making tiered lists. So they tried that out. It looks like they're trying some more helpful content about getting the best pets. As you were scrolling through, it looked like I saw something like that.
Yeah.
But haven't really found their groove yet. I think the thumbnails could use some improving.
It's a thumbnails for me. I think.
Yeah.
I think given like it's funny because the creator looks very similar to this person.
Yes.
I think your thumbnails need to look like this. That's your template right there.
Yeah, when it comes to games like this that are really zoomed out and you can't get any closer to the characters, this is the kind of stuff you have to do. And I would follow the example of these creators. It's going to be tough because you're competing with people as well who are having like these really nice hand-drawn thumbnails break out. So they obviously have a whole nother skill level that you either need to have, or maybe you hire somebody to do that. But I think you can still make this work. It's just going to take a little more creativity on your part, but the thumbnails have to come together a bit better, I think.
And the channel banner, when you look at the channel banner, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be like a computer accessory channel, maybe. Like, what's the best keyboards to get for my gaming mouse? Nah, it's about super auto pets. So maybe that needs to be accentuated there as well. Yeah, it is uncanny that person, this creator, versus whoever that person is.
Yes, that's really interesting. You could almost make a similar thumbnail style, put your head in it just like that, and see if you can trick people.
Anyway,
just see if I can do that.
Yeah, I think there's at least 2 or 3 of us who could maybe give that a shot. Anyway, I think we may have an interloper in our live stream.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? The Savage Man is here in virtual reality. I can see all of y'all. I can see everything. I'm in control of it all, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me good? Everyone sound good?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you, Savage.
Yeah, that's coming through this set. I'm not using my microphone, believe it or not. My microphone's not being used. This is all through the headset, through the magic of technology. And now it's time to do some savagery. Let's see what this guy got. Maybe he got something interesting. Nope.
So good.
You know, we talk about not doing channel intros, but that's an exception. That is a true exception.
That's the best intro on all of YouTube. Let me tell you that right now. What do we got? Who's the first one up?
No, Savage, tell us what's going on. Why VR? I mean, I can only guess you being in a basement and being a little odd that you're using it for very certain things that we probably can't talk about on the stream.
I need to be able to share my screen so y'all can see this. I forgot. Next time I'm going to share my screen so you can see this. I'm crunching my hands together and I'm making thumbs and fists and stuff. I'm going to share my screen next time. I'm working on the technology, the Savage technology.
So you could actually share your Oculus Quest view.
Hey, wait! Cool. Someone in the chat has a VR channel. Let me take a look at him.
Who is it?
The VR Sphere. Let's go ahead and Savage that channel.
Okay,
Since I'm new to VR, I can tell you all about it. I mean, I'm an expert.
All right. I'm going to see if I can find this here channel for you.
I've had this for like 3 days, and I'm an expert already. It didn't take long.
Yeah, I found them. Okay.
There he is. Look at this. All right, VR. How to create avatars in Oculus. I'm going to watch that later on. How to control why would you ever want to control the vibration? The vibration is awesome on this thing. How to turn on smooth turning. Oh, can I tell you about this smooth turning thing? At first, it looks like a good idea, but much like eating a whole bunch of cookie dough, it's terrible if you do too much of it. The other day, man, I was doing that smooth turning on this one game. I about threw up, man. It was terrible. Don't turn on the smooth turning. I mean, it seemed, again, you do that first time, this is cool. Just like that cookie dough. You're like, oh, this is some good cookie dough. And you just eat a bunch of it. And then you wake up tomorrow and everything's coming out of every opening that you got, in, out, and everything.
Oh, no.
That's terrible, man. It was not good. I'm gonna check this channel out. Pistol Whip, Black Magic gameplay. Man, when you start throwing a whole bunch of words together on a YouTube title, you know that you've been on YouTube not long enough. The thumbnails are nice though. The thumbnails, I'm not gonna lie, I like that color.
I think they're good. I think they're good.
Hey, yo, what is that? Oh, Pistol Whip. What is Pistol Whip? I haven't played that. Is that a game?
It is a shooting rhythm-based game. I have got it, and I played it a couple of times. Very promising.
Oh, I might have to check it out. How much was it?
I don't know, $25 usually.
Why is everything $20-something on the disc? I'm broke, man. Don't you know? I need to sell more of these VR sets. I'm going to start selling the Savage VR. The Savage VR is going to cost you $899. It's really just going to be one of these with the glasses on the front. This right here is the prototype version. Yeah. You yourself can go ahead and get one of these. It's only $8.99. You send your money over to me. Make sure you put in your address and your social security number and your credit card number, and I'll get one over to you, no problem.
Well, thank you for your usual introduction here, Savage. Do you want to Savage somebody else from your list?
Yeah, we'll do one more. Yeah. People asking for it in the chat. What do we got? What do we got?
You got six students today.
That's because y'all suppressing me. Y'all. What is it called? The shadow banning me is what you're doing. People can't shadow banning my channel is what you're doing. Okay, let's go to number 6. The last person went on there. They might think they want some of this savageness.
Channel 6. Okay. Right. Just to remind you, this is an alternative.
Look at that guy. What is that? The fake Nick Nimmin? What is that? Is that? Look, we got Nick Nimmin. I want Nick Nimmin. We got Nick Nimmin home. Our Nick Nimmin home. That's the dude right there. Okay, let's see. Excalibur. Let's take a look. All right, Excalibur. Speed paint. Is that a game or a program? What is Excalibur? This looks nerdy enough that Dan would know. Dan, what is this?
I think it's an art channel.
Yeah,
okay. Oh, okay. I thought that was live right now. I was going to start berating them for being live during our live stream. By the way, I want none of y'all to ever live stream or release a video during the live stream. If we come across any of y'all channels again, like last week, where you be releasing videos during this live stream, we're not reviewing your channels anymore. You're getting kicked out. You're getting blacklisted. That's what is happening. Okay. How to play Pendulum Fighters. I don't know what any of this is. Excalibur was a cool thing. They had a big sword and everything. This guy looked like he lived in someone's basement. I have a feeling he's not even in his parents' basement. They kicked him out or her out a long time ago because they saw this shenanigans. And they were like, listen, you got to get out of here because we know you ain't paying no bills. Oh, there it is. The Passing of a Lovable Tyrant. That's a great video title. Can we get out of here before we get arrested? Something like this doesn't look right. This looks cancelable. I feel like this whole channel can be cancelable. Let's do one more. One more. Let's make sure, because I'm sure now at some point.
Okay, one more. All right.
I got some merch coming, by the way. You see, people still shadow banning this stuff. I got merch coming. I got my Tish, the artist Haven over there. She's designing some merch for me. Y'all gonna want this. It's the most savage shirt coming. You're gonna see it soon. She's gonna have it on her thing, and you go ahead and buy it. We'll do it. I'll tell you next week for Christmas. That way you get it for Christmas. All right. Since there's only 8, let's put 8. Is that an 8 there? I'm trying to zoom in on my VR. Okay. All right, I see it. There we go.
Can I just do a quick sit rep of what's actually happening right now? We're doing a live streaming with a man in his alter ego wearing a VR headset and Fug Life glasses.
Right,
just ripping into channels. That's where vidIQ currently is right now.
The irony is I can see clearer now than I can normally. That's kind of crazy. I can see real clearly right now. It's kind of weird.
This is peak YouTube right here.
YouTube, it is.
All right, let's do one more.
This is what YouTube was built for.
That's right. This is it right here. Where's Trenton Tech doing some of them gifts he likes to do on Twitter? Where's that? Okay, Titan Smasher. Oh, I know about this game. That's not a game. It's a Netflix thing. A Ronnie or Sonny or something like that. That's what that Georgia lady. She did a video on her. She got blowed up, man. She blew the channel up. That's really good. What's that? That looks like something. That looks like illegal animation. I don't know what that is right there. That second down the row. This looks like a channel for people who, I'm not gonna lie, they did not get a prom date. They didn't have a prom date. If they even graduated high school, which most of them haven't, they're living on someone's couch right now. They watched all this. That's why they didn't graduate, because they're watching all this shenanigans. What is this? I'm not dead, just made some sketches. Is that really a title of a YouTube video? Can you imagine where we are nowadays, where someone said, listen, I'm going to spend some time. I know that YouTube's a multi-billion-dollar company. They got these servers. They got to spin up every single minute, put all this beautiful Mr. Beast video footage on there. And I'm going to put a video on here where I'm talking about I'm not dead. I'm just making some pictures or something. Can you imagine all the people that went through and gave their blood, sweat, and tears over at Google just so you could upload that foolishness? All right. All right, Titan Smasher, you need to get smashed out of here. Where can you apply? Well, I can read all your chats. I can see you. I can see you over there. I'm done for now. I'm gonna watch in VR though, because this is fun.
Savage, I tell you what, right? We've got 10 minutes left. Okay, I'm gonna let you just drop out. See if you can screen share. And just see if you can.
Yeah. Let me do that. I'm gonna get that set up for you.
All right,
cool.
All right, that got rid of him. Let's go back to you, Jeff.
The claw. It's ASMR style.
Everybody knows their role in this live stream. That's awesome.
I'm only here for the claw.
I'm just if I don't get fined.
That's right.
Okay. All right. The next channel we're looking at is Lydia A, and we'll try and give you some valuable, useful advice. Because of course those channel audits were just ridiculous. Right. So you got 2,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool.
Hey.
What is the channel about? Challenges, pranks. Is it like a brother and sister channel? Kind of getting that vibe a little bit.
Looks like that. Yeah, look that way.
Yeah, it looks like reactions and challenges. I've seen reacted come up a couple of times.
Yeah.
Brother and sister channel from the looks of it. Has the vibe. The thumbnails, they have the blurred background and the stroke around the characters. So it's kind of giving me that type of a vibe.
Which is all pretty cool. I'm intrigued to know possibly where the subscriber count has come from. Have you had one or two videos that have gotten a little viral?
Oh yeah.
So some nice stuff going on here. I guess just because you have the current health check of a channel is that you have between like maybe 150 to 300, 400 regular viewers. But on occasion, you're having these breakout moments, these semi-viral videos for your channel. So the question I would be asking you is, why did these videos perform better than others? It might require you to go into the data a little bit, or like look at the comments, see if there was a sudden push on the video from YouTube, and what were the traffic sources. Because really you want to be trying to emulate these a little bit more. I mean, what I'm seeing here, just from the top row videos, these are all relatively long videos, 12 minutes or more. So I don't know if that's a pattern that connects them. I mean, what's the current length of your average videos? Is it the same? So you tend to be making generally shorter videos. But I think whenever you make a longer video, maybe the audience is watching for longer. That's a positive signal to YouTube. It's sending out some good vibes. Other thoughts, gentlemen, if you can spot any?
The latest video kind of reminds me of the Mr. Beast one where he gives a kid a credit card and to buy whatever they want. Like the context of the video is that he's giving, I think, multiple people his credit card to buy whatever they want. But the thumbnail was literally a hand holding out a credit card and the kid there. And I think my point in pointing that out is that I think they always strive to kind of have the both of them in the thumbnail. And if they were to simplify their thumbnails, I think they would be seeing a lot more results. Because I really like the concept of I let my little brother buy whatever he wants. It's just I think the thumbnail was the execution there is where it kind of fell short.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's credit them the fact that they're doing custom thumbnails. They're thinking about how the messaging works, but perhaps the execution is just not quite there done. They're on the right track, but they just haven't figured it out, so to speak.
What they have figured out is, how to make this content really, really interesting and clickable. It's not just a family vlog channel or my little brother and I just random walking around or whatever. The videos always have a clear point to them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're telling a story, and that's something that's missing from a lot of channels that are just getting started, where they're sort of doing whatever, but they kind of are just like a day in the life kind of stuff. And to not to be rude or anything, but kind of who cares, right? So you have to give me a reason to care. Give me a story that you're going to tell me. Throw some mystery in it if possible. But this is one thing where we have to give credit where credit is due, and they are doing this.
That's a really good example of a really well thought out thumbnail. Again, maybe the execution isn't just quite perfect. Maybe you could have zoomed in on the little brother's face, or had maybe like mock tears coming out or something. But I feel there's real credit to be said here for the way they're thinking about the messaging of the title and the thumbnails, which is really quite strong. I think they're like just one or two tweaks away from making semi-viral content with almost everything that they publish. Really good. Anything you've spotted here, Viper, or should we move on to the next one?
No, I think you guys hit all the points. I think we're good there. You're good.
All right.
The claw.
You know what I think we should try and do, right? The next time I do it, we're going to try and do it as a harmony. Okay, so that's your pre-warning. So pick an octave for how you're gonna sing the claw. We'll try it, and someone can clip it. All right. So just and Viper, Jeff, prepare your vocal chords for that. Next channel is StarYun0801. Oh, that's the message for you, Jeff.
Yeah, man. I mean, I already know. I guess I just have to
You know,
subscribe
yeah.
at this point. I mean, since I matched the criteria and all. I mean,
Absolutely. Short stand, gaming shorts.
Yes. I'm trying to see if it's just Minecraft, and it's hard to know. It looks like it's mostly Minecraft. One second.
Travis really is playing video games.
I brought him in because he said he was ready, and then we hear games in the background, so I'm just a little confused.
Wait, you gotta look at my shared screen. I shared my screen.
Yeah.
There it is. There we go. See?
Oh wow. This is brilliant.
This is my
Awesome.
Savage House. You see my Savage House? You read all this? See this?
This is that
Yep.
Savage House?
Who wants to join? Come on, man, get some of these lasers.
I think now truly this live stream has jumped the shark.
Right. I'm
You have
just
lost
cleaning
control.
up.
You have lost control of your live stream, Rob.
I think I
I'm
have.
just upside down.
Where were we? What were we
Okay.
looking at?
Oh, put that over there.
This channel.
So I guess what I'm trying to look at right now is the titles. So drag clicking a sheep, ping abuse.mp4, I was AFK. So I think the issue is going to be the titles for this channel. I know we're looking at videos from a day ago, so they could get picked up. It's just you can't really have custom thumbnails, especially in the short shelf. So there's no context there. And yeah, we're okay. So some of these, let's see. Your teammate is being suspicious. Bed Wars players are blind. See, so some of the most popular videos have, I would say, longer titles than the ones we were just talking about. There's even though they're vague, they're
a bit more
interesting.
explanation in them.
Yes, exactly. Bed Wars players are strange, and then lately it's been simplified even more. So like I don't really know what drag clicking a sheep means, for example. Time will tell if it gets picked up or not. They're uploading a lot of shorts. We should probably comment on just how many shorts they're uploading every day.
Yeah.
Similar to what I was saying earlier, like 2 to 3 a day when you're starting out is not a bad place to be. Look at that.
I think I got it fixed.
Whoa.
There's a lot of
Alright.
echo there.
Hey,
Yeah.
so this is you in your VR room, and this is StreamYard's, and now you've got an infinity view going on here. That's interesting.
Huh.
Are you there, Savage? Are you good?
Can't-
I
Oh
don't
my
know,
God,
Savage.
it's terrible. I'm lost. I'm lost in space. Help! Am I dead? What? I can't understand what happened to me.
Oh my God. On that note, Rob, I think it's time to take us out, man.
Oh dear.
I see you.
Take it out, Rob. Take it out.
My dead hamster. Oh, he's here too. I love you, dead hamster. Oh. What's going on?
Oh dear. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to leave the claw harmony for the next show.
Yep.
VRIQ. VRIQ in the chat.
All right, all right. So shall we say some goodbyes? Dear.
Sure.
Where am I? Yeah, if you want to say goodbye. We've missed out loads of stuff this week. We haven't done like the subscriber special selections with a giveaway or any of that, but we're having so much fun. Thank you for joining us halfway through, Jeff. It is appreciated.
Always.
I guess this might be the last time all 5 of us are on the stream all together at once. this year. So happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a good new year. We will be doing live streams throughout Christmas. I think, Dan, you're taking some time off next week. So I'll be covering, and then I'll be taking some time off a week afterwards. So Dan will be covering. So you will not miss us throughout the Christmas period, which is awesome. So yeah, let's do some goodbyes. Dan, if you can star some as well, that'd be helpful as well, or I'll star some.
They got to start saying goodbye, though. They keep
Yeah,
saying stuff other
yeah.
than bye, and it's confusing. Like, this person
Yeah.
said hello. I'm like, what? I'll star him, whatever.
All right. So people say goodbye. Dan, you bring up some people I'm starring, and yeah.
Okay. How about this person?
So yeah, somebody, just whoever, say goodbye to them.
I'm actually saying the byes, or am I highlighting them?
You highlight, I'll star. That's how
Okay,
we're doing
sure.
it.
So here,
Jeff,
here you go.
Viper, Savage can say the goodbyes.
So
So,
bye to the Occupy clan and Trader Mateus and Anomaly.
All right. Viper.
We got a Super Four. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There you go. Super Four. You all have take care. Have a good day. Got Counselor Gondor. Have a good day. HD Legacy. Have a good day. And Roger Nunez. Have a good day.
all right,
I started a lot of people there.
Yeah, it's too many.
I went crazy.
Travis, do you want to say goodbye to anybody?
Who?
Like this person?
Oh, Matei, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, I got my share screen right. You should be able to see the whole thing. Pick a VR. Oh yeah, there we go. We into the Matrix now. Okay, pick a 4, and then who else? Who over here? I think I keep hitting my head against the microphone over here because I can't see. I like cruise ships. That's cool. Where's I like pizza? I remember that dude. Remember that dude? All right, G-Force, the lagging gamer. What's going on, G-Force? There's Junk. See Junk. I am Riley. Good to see I am Riley. I gotta go over here, look at the chat, and then I gotta go over here, look at what put up here. There's Junk over there. Yeah, I can go over here. You got some stuff over here.
Rob, he took Rob out, y'all. It's like, record this moment.
Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished, Travis.
Okay, we got Sweetie's Cat World. Come on, Sweetie's Cat World. Oh my God, my head. What happened?
Rob can't concentrate. This is great.
My hand is virtual. Look at that.
I just look behind me and I look at that 1 million subscriber plaque and say, how on earth do we ever get
This is peak stuff right here. This is
You're giving Junk too much material. You're giving Trent's Tech too much material.
right.
This play button is so appropriately placed right now.
It is, isn't it?
That's how we got it. Jam it in there.
Savage, do you have any idea of it? There's like an echo feedback, which just...
Oh yeah, I hear it. Sounds great, doesn't it? It's awesome. I don't know why it's happening.
Dan, can you take us out? I can't do it. I can't
Okay.
Oh God.
Thanks everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll do our normal Q&A. We're going to give you some incredible YouTube advice that I'm totally prepared to give for tomorrow, and then we'll be taking your questions. So join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for that. I'm going to go ahead and hit the outro video. Wait, what? What's that?
Forever. Your channel sucks.
Rob done.
Just
Rob
play the
done.
outro. Play the outro.